What you should do if you were at fault in a car accident. If you were involved in a car accident and you think it was your fault, you may appreciate a few tips as to what you should and shouldn't do. Do not admit fault. One of the most important things you should not do is to admit fault to anyone. This includes anyone who was involved in the accident, such as another driver, any of their passengers, and even the police. You should refrain from mentioning that you think you were at fault, even if you really believe that you are. This is because you do not have all of the relevant information about the accident, and the first few hours after an accident can be very busy. So, you need to make sure that all of your conversations with the driver and passengers of the other vehicle are neutral. Remember, do not talk about how you think the accident occurred. Do not talk about who you think may have caused the accident/been at fault. Do not apologize or make any sort of statement that the other driver, passengers, or witnesses can take as an admission of fault. Do not ask the other driver about how fast they were traveling. Do not ask the other driver how they could not have seen you. Don't mention anything that may hint at who was at fault, even in the slightest way. Ask if anyone has been hurt. One of the most important things you can do is to ask if anyone was hurt in the accident. You may need to call 911, and it's better if you call for help as soon as it's needed. You should also exchange contact information with the other driver, and state that you should all wait until the police have arrived. Stay polite at all times, and do not get into an argument. It would also be wise for you to remain calm, even if the other driver gets angry. Walk away from the other driver, and wait for the police. Call the police. One of the most important things you need to do is call the police immediately after the accident. Many parts of the United States have a law that says you need to tell the police about a car accident if the damage to a car or a person exceeds $500 to $1,000. Even if you are not sure about how much damage was caused, you need to call the police, especially if someone was injured. You should also call the police if one of the vehicles involved in the accident was speeding, or is likely to have been speeding. Even if you don't think the police will attend the scene of the accident, it would still be wise to give them a call. Take photographs. If you can take photographs of the accident, do. Take as many photographs as you can, and include the damage to your car, the damage to any car that was involved in the accident, any skid marks on the road, stop signs, speed limit signs, and anything you think may be relevant. Get the names of any witnesses. It's vital that you get the names of any witnesses and passengers that were traveling in the other vehicle. It goes without saying that you will also need the name of the driver too. If anyone witnessed your accident, ask for their names and contact details. They may not give you all the information you ask for, but it is always worth a try. Be completely honest with the police. If and when the police arrive at the scene of the accident, you will need to be completely honest with them before the police arrive. You should take a few moments to think about how the accident occurred, so you have it fresh in your mind when they ask you. Call your insurance company ASAP. Call your insurance company as soon as you can. If you can contact them on the day of the accident, it is best that you do. If you cannot contact them on the day of the accident, make sure you leave it no later than the very next day. Cooperate with your insurance company. You will be required by your insurance company to cooperate with them. If you fail to do so, your insurance claim may be denied. This means you will not receive any compensation for your involvement in the accident, which means you could be faced with a huge bill and left without a replacement vehicle. If you can contact your insurance company on the day of the accident, it is best that you do. If you cannot contact them on the day of the accident, make sure you leave it no later than the very next day. If you think the other driver may have been slightly at fault for the accident, you may be able to use contributory or comparative negligence as your defense. For more information, please read our article about defenses used after a car accident. Tell your car insurance company where your car is being repaired. Your insurance company may want to take photographs of your vehicle. Once your car has been repaired, they can no longer photograph any damage that occurred. This is why it's important that you tell them where your car is being repaired so they can send someone to take photographs of your car, and then assess the damage. File an accident report with the correct agency. In most parts of the United States, you will need to file an accident report as well as calling the police. In some parts of the United States, you will need to file your report with the Department of Motor Vehicles. However, in other states you will need to file a report with your local police department. When it comes to the filing process, your report should be filed in less than 10 days. If you're not sure if you are required by state law to file an accident report, you may want to ask your local police or your insurance company. To obtain a copy of the report form, please access the Department of Motor Vehicles website, or contact your local police station. An increase in your premium. If you are found to have been at fault for your car accident, it is very likely that your insurance premium will increase. The increase may last 2 to 3 years, however, the laws tend to differ between states, and how long your accident will remain on your record. In some states, those who have been found at fault for an accident have had an increase in premium that has lasted up to 7 years. If you have sustained an injury due to being involved in a car accident that was your fault, please speak to a personal injury lawyer, as the other driver may have a personal injury claim.